Welcome to Illo Talk. This is day 16 and day 17 of 100 Days of Animation. I'm Cory Kerr, and I'm combining days because it's been crazy. So I decided to do 100 Days of Animation, where I spend a minimum of 30 minutes every day working on my short film and trying to finish it by myself. And I didn't realize how much work that actually was until I got started, because I've never animated anything before. And this is usually how I learn new things, is I try a big, giant project that I've never done before. And there are reasons that teams of people animate. But I'm learning the software as I go. And so if you want to follow along, you can subscribe. But some of the things that have been going on in my life outside of this project are affecting the project and making it really, really hard. And I talk about some of those things in this episode. So we've had a tenant, and she's been a nightmare, and she hasn't paid rent for several months, and we had to take her to court to get her out, and the sheriff, and blah, 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 blah. So I talk about that a little bit. Also, it's winter, and we bought a new house, and the house is trying to kill us. There's been a fire. There's been we had no hot water for a week, and during that week, it was -5 to -13 throughout the whole week. That sucked. And there was a couple other things, and now our furnace just broke. So all of this is happening while I'm trying to do 30 minutes a day of this project. Anyway, I guess it's good that I'm vlogging this. I hate that word. I guess it's good that I'm kind of documenting this, because some people think that people don't have enough time to do side projects. And given the full-time job and my full-time family and all hell breaking loose on everything in my life, not everything, basically just houses. My house is trying to kill me, and my tenant took me to court, or I took them to court to get them out. Now we've got to clean it up. Anyway, yeah, that's that. So, episode 16 and 17. Now, real quick, what you're going to see me doing while I'm driving and talking in the car is I saw this tutorial, or I saw this thing that this guy did on YouTube, where he took a 2D object and he made it 3D, and in Z space, he separated out the layers, and then he rotated them and attached them to a null object. And it was amazing because it solved one of the problems that I have. I have this scene where my character looks to the left and looks to the right, and it's an important scene, like he's making a decision. And one, I don't do traditional animation, so I don't want to draw every frame. And two, I didn't know how to do it. And so what you're seeing here is not actually going to end up in the film, but it will. I'm trying to figure out how to do this scene. So here's some experimenting while I talk to you in the car.
Okay, so what I'm doing, since this is all part of the process, is, long story short, I have a house in a town that is about 30 minutes away from where I work, and I didn't want to commute. And so several years ago, the market wasn't great. And so instead of selling it, we rented it for a little while. It was fine for a while. And we rented a place in the town where I do work, and it worked out pretty well. Like it was a good setup for a little while. Then, I don't know, I'm not like a landlord. I don't want to be a landlord. I'm not interested in landlording. Is that a thing? I don't know. So anyway, we just, as long as her check's cleared, we didn't bother with our tenant. We just kind of let her do her thing. And I realize now that was a huge mistake. So our house is totally trashed. I think I can talk about this now because the court case is over. But we decided we wanted to sell. And so we said, hey, we're gonna sell the house. We'll give you 30 days notice, because that's what it says in the contract and everything. So she stops paying rent and doesn't leave. She won't get out of the house. And she's not paying rent. She didn't pay rent for 3 months. So not only are we paying our own rent, but we're paying the mortgage on this house that we're not getting any income from. And so it's been really hard financially for a couple months. She owes us thousands of dollars. Anyway. And she's just the most manipulative. She's given us this sob story and blah, 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 blah. Right? I don't want to get into that. Anyway, we went over to the house. We took a realtor over to the house kind of before all this happened, kind of take a look at it and give us an idea of, what she thought we could get for it and whatnot. And so my wife went on there, and there are beds everywhere. There's a bunch of people living there that weren't on the lease. Huge dogs inside, which wasn't okay according to the lease. They've destroyed the hardwood floors, the dogs have. Smelled like smoke. She'd been smoking in there. Just a bunch of gross stuff. There's like dog crap on the floor, dog food all over the place. It was gross. It was really gross. And it wasn't a bad house before she moved into it. And, we were kind of half expecting to see like a meth lab in the basement or something. It just was weird. She cut down one of our trees without talking to us about it. Like, I don't know. Weird stuff, right? Weird. Great. Whatever. That's over. That's in the past. So we had to get a lawyer. That cost us a huge amount of money. We took her to court. The judge ordered her to leave. And then the sheriff got involved because there was an eviction order and she still wasn't leaving. So, long story short, too late. But long story short, she's out now. After months of this, and just, every time she called my lawyer, he charged me, because that's what lawyers do, and I'm not upset at him for that. I'm grateful for him. He's awesome. Made this whole thing happen, got her out. But she called him all the time on my dime. It cost me money. So, just sucked. I'm just happy to be rid of her. I don't understand people like that. Like, don't destroy things. Just be clean. I don't know. All kinds of weird stuff. So, anyway, so I am driving to that town that's 30 miles away. And what is going on here? I'm on the freeway right now. And it is snowing and there's ice and people are slipping off the road. So I won't be looking at the camera for a little while. Anyway, maybe I'll get my death on videotape. That'll be fun. So I'm heading over there. There's this thing called no zone, I guess, or whatever. And it is supposed to remove like odors, since there's been giant nasty dogs living in the house with a bunch of people smoking who knows what. And anyway, when I went over there last week to make sure she was gone and everything, there was like rotting stuff in the fridge, half empty bottle of wine in the sink, dog food on the floor. Like, they had left in a hurry. It looked like, zombie apocalypse, grab the go bag and get out, like, type of leaving. And there's just gross stuff everywhere. So, I'm never going to get my money, which is fine, whatever. I just want to be done with it. Though it's a chunk of money, I could use it. It's not like I'm loaded. And so, it's hurt financially, and we're gonna have to dig out of this hole. But if we can sell the house, then we'll be good. So, why am I talking about this? Because this is like part of some of the things that you have to deal with when you're trying to do a side project and other life comes up, you work all day, and then you got to kind of put out some fires, and then you still got to carve out some time to do your passion project, do your side project, make your thing, right? Create your stuff. You should always carve out time for that. Anyway, so I think this is day 16, and when I get home, I am going to try this technique that I saw today. And I'll tell you about that in a second.
Okay, well, I'm back. I just thought I'd show you how she left my house. So, this is it. Literally dirt, garbage, dog crap, trash, half-empty bottles of wine in the sink, some sort of measuring cup full of something in the fridge, shot BB guns into the wall, just gross nastiness. Anyway, here's what I made tonight. I think I'm getting close. I think there's one more thing I'm going to try that would be a little bit different, but that's it. So, all right, days 16 and 17. I'm out. If you want to follow me, go to kuretake.com, and that's CORYKERR.com. Subscribe to this channel, share it, tell your friends, whatever. Anyway, you can always hit me up on Twitter at Cory Kerr. You can always hit me up at Instagram at Cory, the letter R for my middle name, Kerr. And all that can be found on my website. We'll catch you guys later. This is Illatalk, 100 Days of Animation, days 16 and 17.